The top 5 things I love about Disney Springs. Now, I got to say that a few years ago, downtown Disney was getting to be a place that I didn't really want to go to. There wasn't a lot there. There were some cool things there, but it wasn't somewhere where I would plan to go when we go on our trips. If there was something going on, we'd run over there. But that has changed over the last couple of years with the change to Disney Springs. The new things at Disney Springs are really cool. And Disney Springs is becoming one of my go-to places when we go to Disney World. In fact, we'll talk about a little trip we're going to take in January. Mrs. Mom said, we got to go to Disney Springs and go. Well, the first thing I love about Disney Springs is what Mrs. Mom and I are going to Disney Springs for. And that is to go to Wolfgang Puck Express. Wolfgang Puck Express is my favorite, by far, my favorite quick service restaurant at Walt Disney World. Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe is kind of a close second, but Wolfgang Puck Express is it's just really, really good food for Disney, a reasonable price. You get a half a chicken and green beans and mashed potatoes for under $15, I think, if I remember right. That's for Disney, that's a really good deal. So I really enjoy Wolfgang Puck Express. We are getting to where we planned it. We've been there the last 3 trips. We're going next month. It is pretty much our go-to place when we go to Disney World. The second thing I love about Disney Springs is Splitsville. Now you say, bowling alley? How boring is that? Well, Splitsville's not your normal bowling alley. The old bowling alley, at least I grew up with, where it was smoky and yucky and nobody went there unless they were in the league, and it was kind of a dirty, dingy place. So that's not Splitsville. Splitsville is a cool place. 2 years in a row, the last 2 years, I've thrown a party at Splitsville and invited my contributors to the party at Splitsville. And I just got to say, we've had a ball. We've had a fun time. I haven't bowled there. I think I threw 3 bowling balls in the 2 years we've been there. But we just had a really, really good time. Now, we had some kids there, and they bowled. Some of the other people bowled, and there was a little competition between some of our photographers that got a little, not heated, but it was a little bit of a competition. But it's just a lot of fun. If you're in a group, Splitsville is a great place to go as a group. The food is surprisingly good. I know we've had pizzas and sliders and French fries and all kinds of stuff, but the food there is surprisingly good. So the number 2 thing I love about Disney Springs is Splitsville. Number 3, while we're talking about food, these kind of all have food in them. That's because I'm not really a shopper, so shopping doesn't really catch my eyes, except for, I'll get to that in a minute. So the number 3 thing I like about Disney Springs is Sprinkles. Sprinkles cupcakes. We went to Sprinkles for the first time. Mrs. Mom and I stopped by Sprinkles for the first time on our last trip. What was it? The end of October, 1st of November. The first night we got to Disney World, we went to Disney Springs, ate at Wolfgang Puck's, and went over and got some cupcakes at Sprinkles. We'd never tried their cupcakes before, but that place is kind of cool. It's got an ATM. It's got a place where you can buy cupcakes in an ATM. But we went inside. They packaged up the cupcakes, really, really nice. And, it actually took us a couple days to eat them. But, man, when we finally got into those cupcakes. The best cupcake I've ever eaten was at Sprinkles, that chocolate velvet cupcake. Oh, I want one right now. It's just that kind of, I love that cupcake at Sprinkles. All right, so the 4th thing I love about Disney Springs is the Amphicars, the new cars that ride in the water. Now that's just sounds so cool to get in a car and go for a nice romantic ride, sun setting in the west, and go for a ride in the car, in the water at Disney Springs. Now, don't want to do it in December, but summertime, nice cool breeze coming over the water when it's hot. It just sounds like a wonderful way to do things in the evening. I haven't tried it yet. One of these days, we're going to try one of those Amphicar rides. And the fifth thing I love about Disney Springs is the new ambiance, the feeling, the atmosphere, the live entertainment going on all around. The people walking around seem energized, and they're not walking like they used to, you know, with their heads down, going just trudging to their next. I got to check this off because I'm supposed to get something at this particular place. It's become brighter and happier and just a whole lot more fun. I really enjoy going over to Disney Springs and just spending some time at Disney Springs. Oh, and I don't want to forget this one okay, shopping. Let's do one shopping thing. Let's make it a sixth thing. The Disney store, the big Disney store right up in front with Stitch spitting at you. That Disney store you go in. It's so big. There is so much stuff, and you can get lost in that Disney store. In fact, Tatiana, my assistant, who's helping me today, was telling me yesterday when we were talking about what to say today. She was telling me she and her boyfriend were in Disney Springs, and he slipped off and bought her a birthday present, and she didn't even know about it. They got back to the room. He gave her the birthday present. When did you get this? While you were in the Disney store at Disney Springs. Probably was downtown Disney at the time, but the bottom line is I just love going to Disney Springs now. It's just so much fun. The Wolfgang Puck Express, Sprinkles, Splitsville, the Disney store, the Amphicars, and the feeling, the ambiance. It's just a whole lot of fun. What do you think about Disney Springs? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What kind of experiences have you had over there? In fact, here's one. Pamela says, we went to Disney Springs in 2013, and then just a couple of weeks ago. Could not believe the difference. Needed a map just to find our way around. It looks gorgeous with all the decorations, too. Aaron says, last time we went to Disney Springs, we loved the living statues. Disney Springs is pretty cool. What do you think about Disney Springs? You've got Pamela and Aaron. What else do you think? What else have you seen at Disney Springs? We'll put it down in the comments. We'll be glad to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching Dad's video. For more simple, fun, magic Walt Disney World information, go to dadsguidetowwdw.com. You can do that by clicking the I button that's popping up on the screen right now. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and get more Dad's YouTube videos with Daditude.